the light's not right, it might have something to do with the fact that I got a ceiling fan twirling over me. But anyway, you might also hear the air conditioner because it's a little warm in here, and it'll kick off in a little while. But this is another coffee and conversation, and don't worry, I'll get back to regular shaves soon, probably this coming week or weekend. Got my coffee here this time in the Steak and Shake cup, and yeah, I'm gonna have some coffee and converse about shaving and other things. Fresh ground coffee made from 8 o'clock coffee beans, the regular variety of those. Well, today, now I don't usually write little novellas about my shaves and post them with my shave of the day on Facebook, but today I thought I might tell you about an interesting shave I had. I used one of these, a cheese grater, which I've seen Paul H. use, and that is the only way I can get this to lather. It is a Erasmic shaving soap stick, and for a long time I wasn't able to get this to lather at all, and other people have had the same problem by putting it on my face like so. So I found out that by grating it, it grates into kind of a powder, which is odd, but I used this, the Vanule shaving bowl with its honeycombed interior, and I had some other soap that was left in there from a previous shave. Some of this Magno soap by Ac Brito was still in there, so that helped a lot, I think. But yeah, the only way I can get this to lather by itself, or with another soap, I guess, is if I grate it. So, and I even grate this, and it's a soft soap. So, anyway, there's that. I'm sorry I didn't film the shave, but I wasn't really in the mood to record it, and it's really not filming anyway. It's digitally recording, but I started off with some of the 3P pre-shave cream, like that, and I used that quite a bit, so that was not so abnormal or different. Use my Krona razor, Schick Krona, and in there, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a, what's that say? It's a Schick Plus Platinum blade. I need to put another dot on there because it was the second use. There's a little dot there that I put with my Sharpie marker after the first use. And when I got that on eBay, it came with this. I've used the couple of blades that were in the little dispenser there. Excuse me. But you can see what the dispenser looks like there. And I think that this thing it came in, this kind of cheap plastic thing, was maybe meant to be tossed, but I kept it because whoever originally owned the razor kept it. It's a used razor, and I always spell this wrong. It's a Il Manchise, I think. It's a Manchurian boar brush, and this is Thuya wood, and it's spelled Thuya. I've misspelled it when I talked about it before in shaving videos. I said Thyua. Well, it's Thuya, obviously. Thuya wood, very highly polished, and I'm guessing this is some kind of hardwood. It must be pretty good stuff. And I keep talking about this shave here, but I followed it up with some of the Robert's Rose Water, and a little bit of a twist, a little something different. I guess I've used this quite a bit, or spilled a lot, but it's the Aqua Velva Musk Aftershave Cologne, which I don't think I use that often, but a lot of it's gone there. And I finished up with Arco Men the extra sensitive aftershave balm. So that was the shave. And I guess the different thing about it was the cheese grater, which I don't always use, and this stuff. The Erasmic soap in a tub and the cream aren't so bad, but I don't know. They've changed now on this. I think they've changed the formula and the soap in the tub a couple of times. So I don't know if this stuff that they're selling now is better or worse or what. But this is from about 3 or 4. Well, no, about about 5 years ago now, and I threw away the box it came in. I wish I still had the little box, but that might have given you an idea of what era it was from, as far as I think they changed their packaging a couple of times, or at least once. So that was the Erasmic stick. And I had other things to talk about here. Just want to reiterate that I'm going back to regular shaves soon, and I'm kind of risking overexposing myself here. I probably turned some people off the other day when I did a shave with this and one of these. That was my blasphemous shave, but I was a little curious, and I love the Noxzema goo in a can. Like I said then, it's my favorite goo in a can. Well, let's see what else. I've got a table full of junk in front of me, and you can't see it, but the doors to my shave den are open, and I can see all that. I'm going to put all this stuff back in there shortly. I was thinking about when I made mistakes like misspelling Thuya, as in the Thuya wood of this brush handle. Mistakes I made in my videos that I didn't catch until later, and so did not put a little disclaimer down below, or correction. And I was reminded, as I was thinking about that earlier, of something Frank Sinatra said on the set of the original Manchurian Candidate movie. There was a sound guy that said, "Mr. Sinatra, can you repeat that line? I think that I didn't get it. It didn't pick up right on the sound track." And Sinatra said, he said, "If you want to hear some mistakes, buy some of my albums. They're full of mistakes." Because he was a singer too, and he was also in movies. He was a one-take guy. If they needed him to do another take, he was very nervous about it, and not as good of an actor as if he just did one take, and I guess it came, the performance came out of his soul, so to speak. I don't know. That's very interesting. In fact, without giving too much away about hopefully not giving too much away about the original Manchurian Candidate movie, there's a scene towards the end that involves a deck of cards, and the cards are out of focus. That was another mistake, and they tried to do a second take, but it wasn't as good, where they had the cards in focus the way they were supposed to be. But there was sort of a happy accident involved, because the other guy looking at the cards was supposed to be a little confused and in a state of hypnosis, so the cards to him, from his point of view, might have seemed a little blurry. That was what somebody asked the director, Frankenheimer. I forget his first name now. I should know that, but they thought it was a mistake that was not really a mistake, that it was something they did on purpose, but it was a mistake on the visuals there. Just kind of interesting. Today, and it wasn't today, it was yesterday evening, a friend, well, now two yesterdays ago, a couple of days ago in the evening, a friend of mine and I went out to Homestead National Monument, which is in Nebraska, and I took some pictures there of the place at sunset, and that's kind of got an interesting history behind it. You can Google that if you want. But yeah, here I am on video. I've been doing something that I don't want to say I look down my nose at it, but It's a different way of giving you sort of a little novella about the details of my shave, which, by the way, was a very good shave. I did quite a bit of pickups, but it feels alright. I'm going to try another blade in this razor eventually. I think I have before, and then I ended up putting the last of these blades in there. So I'll show you something here. This isn't rocket science, but I take the blade out. I take my little Sharpie marker, which should be really dry by now, especially since I left it out with the cap off of it one time for several hours, or a day or two, I don't remember, but it's still enough to make a second little dot there, which I put over on the left side there. And I hope I've been keeping up with that. From the looks of the blade, I guess I have. And I'm not going to flip it. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Sometimes I flip it after a couple of uses, a blade that is, but I'll leave it on the same side it was. And also the dots show me what side of the blade I've been using if I take the blade out for any reason and have to put it back in. So Sharpie marker, and if you want a really good Sharpie marker, you can, I saw at Walmart, and I'm sure they're sold other places, there's like some kind of industrial type Sharpie marker sold. I think it's for people that work with wood and metal and whatever else, construction workers and so forth, that need to make a mark. Of course, they could use a pencil, a grease pencil, or one of those really thick pencils with the thick lead, but if they wanted to use a Sharpie, well, they make industrial Sharpie markers. They're supposed to be really good. So that's a good idea, I think. But a regular Sharpie marker will work just fine. Excuse me, I'm going to sip my coffee. This is supposed to be coffee and conversation. Very nice stuff. I will make this a little short, and I'll close with this. There was a place, I'll try to leave a link to it down below. It's an online store that I got some shaving products from, some Italian shaving products. And I forget what the number was, but there was, once you reached a certain amount of dollars that you were spending there, you would get free postage. And I couldn't find something else that I wanted in the shaving category, but I bought some coffee there. I'll have to show you that sometime. It's in a bag. It's really an espresso type of coffee. It's very finely ground, but you can use it to make really good regular coffee, although I don't have any of that in this coffee right now. So I got that to put me over the top and get free postage. I'm not a coffee snob, but I do like good coffee. I haven't been drinking as much because it's summertime, and I've been drinking more cold drinks. Well, that's about it for right now. I hope you've enjoyed this on some level anyway. I'm going to get back to regular shaves. I wanted to do a proper coffee and conversation for the 5th installment. I've besmirched the cup there. The 5th installment of this coffee and conversation. And there were 2 or 3 that got taken down with other videos, but I'm going to try not to do that anymore. No more rage quitting the channel, as somebody put it. That's pretty good. Well, I'm probably going to go out and have some coffee outside. Oh, I said I was going to close with that last thing, but I'll close with this. Jupiter was supposed to be really bright in the sky tonight, in our northeastern sky here in the States. And, well, we're overcast here, so I'm not getting to see Jupiter brighter than it's been in some time. I don't know how long it's been, if it's been in human history. Back in the 2000 aughts, Mars came closer to Earth and was brighter than it had ever been in human history. I don't think that's the case with Jupiter, but it's supposed to be really bright. So, well, that's what's going on here in my world. I hope you're all having good shaves, and like I said, I'll get back to regular shaving probably later this week. And thank you for your sweetly faked attention, as Kurt Vonnegut would say. Take care.